2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Utah Jazz. Along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Got one more great treat for you folks. Joining us on our broadcast is Shams Charania. Shams, so great to have you with us. Thanks for taking the time to take a seat and join us here courtside.
Star-studded group, the pleasure is all mine. I appreciate you guys so very much for having me aboard.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, they've got Kobe. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Pascal Siakam. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Clarkson in at the point. And for the Bucks, the guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward position. And it's going to be the Jazz off the tip. Lillard against Clarkson. Lets the three fly. The rebound by the Bucks. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road. Take good shots and knock them down with confidence.
Well, awesome to see in that last game how the motion in their offense didn't stop because they were in some hostile territory.
Outside for Kobe. Wembanyama sets a screen for Bryant. Drills it from outside.
And showing the range there, Bryant is confident pulling from deep.
Giannis passes to Lopez. About 1 minute into the first quarter. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Giannis. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Antetokounmpo's got his second basket of the night.
So much strength and quickness coming from Giannis.
Clarkson kicks to DeRozan. It's hauled in by Giannis. Now the latest CBA introducing the second apron, limiting Shams what teams above the cap can do. How does that new rule affect teams?
Decision makers tell me that they're very much keeping an eye on the second apron, not only of their team, but others, and teams that will have to shed salary because of the second apron and the amount of big contracts we're going to see teams give to players. You're going to see it at the top, but that may dwindle in the middle of their roster. But we will see a more competitive league because of these new CBA changes. And less of a chance of super teams and just more parity and dispersed talent.
Do you constantly read over some of these CBA agreements? I would assume that you do, to have a full understanding of terms like the apron, like we just talked about, or all the other things, the luxury tax, all the things that make deals possible.
It's one thing to have luxury tax. It's a whole nother animal now to have the second apron. And that, certainly for teams that are deep in the second apron, that limits their ability to go make major trades, to be able to sign players for more than the minimum. And we're seeing that happen to at least one or two teams around the league right now. So how will that impact things? But certainly the CBA being 50, 60, 70 pages, that's something you pour through before every calendar year.
It is just fascinating. Here's Kuzma. And another three for Milwaukee. Hey, Shams, it seems like with these younger teams coming, we may be witnessing a transfer of power in the NBA. What do you think?
It's really due to the parity that we're seeing in the league. We haven't seen this much parity in a really long time. It's wide open for teams in both conferences, in the East and West, to claim that top perch. We have to give the league a lot of credit. There's tons of parity.
Which I think is leading to expansion talk, correct? We've got so much talent right now, we can kind of let it ooze out a little bit to some other areas.
Certainly expansion, couple more teams in the league, but the league really loves where they're at now, and any given year, anyone can win.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Bucks use their size defensively to great impact. Coach Doc Rivers said, we're not fast, we're long. So we get our fingertips on a lot of balls, and that slows fast teams down. Switching keeps guys in front of you, and the more size we can put in front of people, the better we can be. Kevin?
Yeah, you followed this league for a long time. That sounds like a pretty good game plan.
I don't know how many defenders are stopping Giannis when he's up like that.
Mitchell against Lillard. Mitchell dishes to Clarkson. And that one drops for him. Clarkson's got 5 points so far.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Sims is checked in. Bobby Portis comes in for Antetokounmpo. Green is checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And Kevin Porter's subbed in for Trent. Then for the Jazz, Collins checked in for Wembanyama. And it's Edwards in for Jordan Clarkson. Mitchell kicks to Siakam. Here's Edwards. Chalk up two there.
And don't let Edwards' position fool you. Anthony is built like a linebacker. That upper body strength helps him down low.
Here's Lillard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Yeah, it's going to be on Donovan Mitchell.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
For his career, Damian Lillard, one of the best free throw shooters in the history of the league. And he gets there a lot, too.
And the Bucks making a change here. Livingston's checked in.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Good on the bucket.
So determined is DeRozan as he has piled up a ton of points in this league.
Pass to Livingston. Now, here's Portis. Lillard outside. In deep, and it's sent back by Mitchell.
And watching Mitchell there, he was just sitting on that one.
Beyond the arc. That's in. He's got two made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace is great, scoring is coming in bunches, and both of the teams feeling confident right now.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
At the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Utah out in front. They finish off the first quarter on a 15-6 run. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Antetokounmpo and Portis man the post positions. Kevin Porter is out there with Rollins, and it's Green in at the 3 slot. Getting another opportunity here to see that powerful rejection.
And in a close game, blocks like that are so clutch, and that could be a real difference maker here tonight.
That's where Giannis wants the ball.
Giannis has great confidence, and he's playing with it here.
Utah has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Clarkson banked in off the glass. Clarkson's got the lead up to 2 now for the Jazz. And the league continuing, Shams, to tweak the rules around replay review. But would you set a time limit to maybe tweak it a little bit?
Have to, right? Especially some of these games and the way they're ending. It's something to try if you can't find a cause to really overturn in a minute or 2. Let's keep this game moving. I think we all love a free-flowing game.
I agree. Takes it inside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Clarkson's got 4 points this quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Portis a screen on Edwards. There's Porter with the 3. Collins grabs the miss. And so it's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for Utah. 4-point game. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. And again, it's Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson's got 11 points.
Oh, slick move by Clarkson, getting around that inside contact to finish the shot.
We have all these great foreign players. Maybe 3 of the top 5 players in the NBA are all foreign players, right? And so much was made of Anthony Edwards. Here's a 22-year-old American player who has maybe the charisma, the game, the everything you could package. It could be our next great player. Is there ever talk around the league about why are European players being so dominant? Where are the great young American players to compete against this great influx of international players?
The grassroots programs, you have to look at what happens abroad and in the States. You have to give a lot of credit to the way that they develop players. Over in Europe, in any of those regions, they do a great job, and those players are hungry, they're driven, they're passionate. They're trying to get here to the States and play basketball at the highest level in the NBA. And you see at the amateur level, there can be a lot of fluidity, there can be a lot of flux. And players are given so much so soon in America. So to be able to have that chip on your shoulder, to have the passion, and to exude the confidence that Anthony Edwards has, the younger generation of players definitely have someone in Anthony Edwards to look up to.
And you look at the way the league is moving now, Shams, are there less big trades than when you started or more?
Perhaps a little bit less, but listen, the league is trying to keep parity in this league and allow teams to be able to keep their homegrown stars. There's always going to be plenty of interest, and that level of interest, not only from players from competing teams, but fans' interest, it's never been higher.
And there's never any hesitancy, right? If a team feels they can get better for whatever reason and however they do it, I don't think there's any hesitancy to pulling the trigger.
Particularly when you're on the cusp of potentially winning a championship or competing, whether it's competing for playoffs, competing for a title. If you can make one move that takes you from point A to point B, teams and general managers want to do it.
Well said. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. It's important to remember Damian Lillard was a two-star prospect coming out of high school in Oakland. He says that the doubt I faced, what I found is I have true belief in myself. I poured a lot in and just continued to work. That's why when I struggle, I never waver because I know that I'm true to it. Eventually, I'm going to have my time. Kevin?
I think they call that Dame time. Hey, David, thank you. Lillard outside. This one for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 8 points.
And that's been Lillard's forte ever since breaking into the league.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter.
Defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Giannis rips it down.
Only a few big guys in this league that can score at will. Giannis is one of them.
Clarkson outside. A three-pointer is right on target. He's got 16.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Mitchell against Lillard. 2 points. That one goes.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
Mitchell kicks to Kobe. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Jazz lead by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Doc.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the half.
Hello, everybody. No lack of drama tonight. The Utah Jazz might be taking this one all the way down to the wire.
Getting points from that second unit was clutch. Depth protects you against injury, but it can also win a game for you.
Yeah, and those starters are going to have the fresh legs for the second half.
And now let's take a look at our power rankings and see who's ahead in the early going.
And taking a look at Utah, they've already shown they're a strong team. You can see why they're moving up the ranks.
Hey, that's good play calling, good execution. They're playing with a lot of confidence right now.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You gotta like what Jordan Clarkson has done in this game.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Getting underway here in the second half, here's Will Hardy's 5. They've got Jordan Clarkson, DeRozan out there with Pascal Siakam. Then it's Victor Wembanyama, and it's Kobe in at the 2. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. And that's a tall order these days, especially because he gets double every single time.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Trent passes to Antetokounmpo. 6 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Clarkson outside. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Clarkson's got the first bucket of the third here for Utah. And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
Yeah, and checking out the numbers for Antetokounmpo. Great showing for him last season. 3rd in scoring, 6th in rebounding, and he was such a reliable option offensively, finishing in the top 10 in field goal percentage.
And you only average top 3 in points if you have a particular mindset that you are the guy. Lillard dishes to Lopez. Antetokounmpo against Siakam. Kuzma connects from 3-point range. Kuzma's got 8 points.
And Kuzma has proven he can be an effective scorer whether he's operating on or off the ball.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Clarkson outside. And DeRozan kicks to Clarkson. No good on the 3.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Brent, when you talk about the best player in the league, Giannis has got to be in that conversation, correct?
Yeah, there's no doubt, Kevin. I mean, the numbers he puts up are incredible. It's how easily he dominates a game and just how unstoppable of a force he is. You know, there's so many teams out there trying to find answers for what Giannis is doing to them offensively, but how do you equip a defense to slow down the force that is Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Clarkson passes to Siakam. DeRozan inside. Guarded by Kuzma. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And And I like the aggressiveness of DeMar DeRozan's game. He's constantly testing the defense, looking for any weakness he can exploit to get a bucket.
The NBA scoring explosion, Brent, hasn't slowed down. We're getting record-setting offenses, it seems like, every single season.
Yeah, Kevin, lots of factors going into that. Obviously, more three-pointers being taken and figuring out the math of the game. But let's give credit to the players and the work that they're doing in the offseason in terms of getting better with their skill to be able to shoot that basketball and seek out the most efficient shot on the court.
Bryant looking over the floor. From deep. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got 7 rebounds in the game. Lillard outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slings it in.
And we see this often now from Giannis. His offensive repertoire has become so versatile.
At the floater, Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And Brent, the Bucks last season bowing out in the first round. And the injuries they sustained sure didn't help.
Well, there's just so much, Kevin, that is on the shoulders of Giannis. So to see him go down, with that, the hopes of a Milwaukee title run. It's a reoccurring theme that we talk about every year. You got to be healthy in the playoffs, and these guys have just had players that they rely upon not be ready.
A generational talent. For Wembanyama, the sky is the limit and the reality.
First one falls for him. And some changes here for the Bucks. Sims is checked in, and Bobby Portis subbed in for Antetokounmpo. And Utah with a change here, too. Mitchell's checked in.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who are you going to pick to send to the free throw line? And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Lillard from outside. The rebound by the Jazz. 1:22 left to play here in the third. Mitchell wide open. Trains it from beyond the arc. Mitchell's got 11.
And Mitchell is a confident scorer, including from downtown.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Green's checked in for the Bucks. The Jazz also changing it up. John Collins comes in for Pascal Siakam. And it's Edwards in for DeMar DeRozan. Lillard from outside. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Utah leading by 6. Here's Kobe. Oh, power move by Kobe.
Such body control from Bryant. Able to take some hits there on the way up.
There's 48 seconds left in the third. Pass to Portis. Shot clock at 6. Looking to end the run. And Portis throws it down.
And bigs like Portis can get up and make those dunks look sweet.
Wembanyama with it. There's the 3. They get it again. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession. And the Bucks making a change here. Livingston's checked in. There's 21 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Wembanyama. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Green against Bryant. On the wing, Porter. That's a 2 from Lillard, and the jumper falls for him. 12 points for him.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Oh, and he got it!
Did that beat the buzzer, Kevin?
Yes!
Wow.
Yes!
Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
That's an incredible shot there. Just let it fly, take a chance, and somehow that one goes in.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Antetokounmpo and Portis man the post position. Rollins is out there with Kevin Porter. And it's Green in at the 3, the small forward. Stolen by Mitchell. Here's Clarkson. Collins finds Clarkson. From deep three-point territory. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
Well, a lot of ways that Clarkson can beat you. Most of the time it's off the dribble, but when he's shooting the ball well, he's a dangerous offensive player.
Antetokounmpo, no good. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Jazz. 10-point lead, this is their biggest. Here's DeRozan. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Mitchell's got 3 assists tonight.
Getting aggressive inside. DeRozan refuses to waste that opportunity.
Knocked away. It's stolen by DeRozan. And yet that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. DeMar DeRozan hits them both.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Trent's checked in for Green. And Utah with a change here too. Siakam is checked in for John Collins. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey guys, now during that break, Will Hardy with some good words for his team. Now he told his guys not to get comfortable. He said, so we've got a little breathing room. So what? That's no reason to slow down out there. He wants them to keep the effort up. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. Here's Mitchell driving the lane.
Again, it's Donovan Mitchell with a huge night. One of the premier players in our league.
Rollins the pass to Portis. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's foul number 2 for him. A different look for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Portis. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Kevin Porter. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Rollins. Lopez sets a screen for Trent. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Clarkson. Trent gets the bucket. So it's the Jazz now. A great 4th quarter, just giving up 2 points. The drive by Clarkson. Off on the layup. Bucks trail by 14. Trent kicks to Giannis. And he uses the glass on the layup. Giannis has got 20.
That's fun to see the handles coming out there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, how do you stop a near 7-footer who's got some dribble skills like that? Wow, Siakam. You give that an 8.
The Bucks have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Kuzma. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. And the Jazz with some changes. Victor Wembanyama comes in for Edwards. And Kobe is subbed in for Donovan Mitchell.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Here's Clarkson. And he drops it in from the low post. He's got 23.
Got into the paint and then smelled that he was around the rim and got it done.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. There's 1:47 left in the 4th quarter of this one. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Siakam.
At the line for Milwaukee, Giannis.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, if you think that Giannis was going to stop working after he won a title, what do you think he's going to do in the years that they don't? This guy continues to be one of the hardest workers in the NBA. The team's struggling to come back. He really wanted all of those free throws.
Clarkson on the wing. Good on the triple. Clarkson's got 10 points here in the second half.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Timeout called the Bucks. They trail by 16. And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. From deep onto the Kumbo. Offensive rebound.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Jazz.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jordan Clarkson.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Clarkson outside. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Kuzma passes to Lillard. Shoots over Clarkson. And it's Lillard missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Siakam a screen on Lillard. Clarkson for 3. Kuzma pulls it in. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Bucks. They trail by 18. And that one's good. Lillard.
What a feed from Kuzma. I like when he finds the open man, and so do they.
And the Jazz with possession here. They led by as many as 18 points. DeRozan a screen on Antetokounmpo. A 3 from Wembanyama. Here's Siakam. No good. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. DeMar, this team is playing well together. How are you encouraging and fostering that sense of all of you being together and playing well?
We're just making everybody comfortable, making each and everybody on this team comfortable. If it's jump shots, if it's attacking the basket, even if it's on the defensive end, we just giving each other confidence every time we practice.
And it sure looks like it out there tonight, DeMar. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
All right, DA, thanks again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Jordan Clarkson.